Well, I have quite a history. I was a child who happened to be born into the Air Force at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio. And I left home very young, and I actually, the way I got out of my little hometown in Canada after my dad got his master's at Wright-Patterson is in my mid-teens, I left home and I finished high school in Up With People, living in 10 countries in Europe and North Africa and the United States. And then I came back and I couldn't adjust, so I ran away with my little girlfriend to Hawaii. We had known each other in Europe. And I studied oceanography and political science at the University of Hawaii, and then came across and did law at Santa Clara University School of Law in California. And in all those settings, I was a very proud, open and out lesbian. Knew at a very young age that I was different, and I knew that that difference would be significant and profound and really alter the course of my life and send me on kind of a grand odyssey, but I was up for the challenge. I've always had a very, very deep spot for any LGBT person that enters any military, including the United States military, because I do believe that a lot of kids leave their small towns and join the military because they need to find a place that feels kind of tribal, and also sometimes it's economic. They need to earn a living and they know they need to get out of their small towns. After I finished law school, I ended up, after practicing law at a big firm, head of litigation at Apple Computer in Silicon Valley at corporate headquarters, and ran all of Apple's litigation around the world. And then a time came, because of the AIDS crisis, that I felt those of us that had found really extraordinary opportunity in life, even if we had to be self-made, needed to go and help lead the growth and development of the LGBT movement. So I left my job at Apple, and I ended up heading up the human rights campaign for almost a decade. And even while at HRC, we remained focused on the military. We knew that it was going to be a very long time before Don't Ask, Don't Tell would get repaired and get fixed. And at the end of the day, it is extraordinary that we were able to, and HRC, but also Service Members Legal Defense, and a lot of other leadership, and most especially the leadership of Admiral Mike Mullen and President Barack Obama, that September 20th of 2011, we were able to see history altered and that really grave error corrected. And now we can see our gay and lesbian and bisexual brothers and sisters serve openly in the US military. There are still other things to correct, such as the benefits, such as reversing all those dishonorable discharges. But for the most part, it is one of those moments that is sort of light on the path of US history. We have some work to do around transgender Americans and their ability to serve. And worldwide, of the 195 countries recognized by the United Nations, the United States has a very dismal record in terms of our laws, in terms of the court rulings to date. Our laws are about on par with Eastern Europe, and we are one of the very few nations on the face of the earth that has a negative law at the federal level obstructing the free flow of benefits and privileges to gay and lesbian people and their partners and their families. So we have a long way to go. We are a cultural revolution, but that's about it. It ends at the waterfront of law and policy. You can get married today in Argentina, in Brazil, in Spain, in places that are so highly unlikely that if you had predicted 100 years ago, you never would have guessed that the United States would be so far behind. So we have a tremendous amount of work to do to bring the United States even close to where many countries are in the European Union, Canada, and South America. The truth is I don't know. I always had it. I was always a little tiny gay person. I was always a little whirling lesbian. I came out that way. I used to run through the forests of Canada, slaying dragons, saving people. I just was always gay, gay, gay. In fact, I think I'm more of a gay man trapped in a lesbian's body. So I really understand both sides. I have twins that are 13 years old. They are absolutely beautiful, exceptional children. However, they're challenging each and every day. At the age of 13, they have hormones coursing through their bodies, and I cannot wait for a few more years to pass. And I have a partner, and I live in Washington, D.C., and my kids are like any other kids. They're beautiful, they're fun, they have way too many opinions at a young age.